Velt was a human colony and peaceful until the gaze of the Motherworld fell upon it. Admiral Noble looked at Velt as a granary for the Motherworld and demanded more than the moon could give. So, Kora and Gunnar set forth from the village, to gather warriors to stand against Noble's dreadnought. On Noi Wodi, they were joined by Tarok, and in the mines of Dagus, by Nemesis. They picked up General Titus from the Colosseum of Pollux. On the planet Chiron, they picked Darian Bloodaxe and his lieutenant Mylius. On the floating docks of Gondival, Kora ambushes Noble and killed him. Unknown to Kora, the Imperium had picked up Noble's body and resurrected him. The Motherland warship King's Gaze is seen in space, with Commander Cassius asking the soldiers about Admiral Noble. They bring him out of the chrysalis. The Admiral's body is attached to many wires so that he can recover quickly. Cassius asks him if he remembers anything, and the Admiral tells him the Scargiver is on planet Velt. The Admiral orders him to rotate the ship toward the Velt. Kora and the surviving warriors return to Velt, where Hegan and Den welcome them. They take them to the Longhouse for food while Sam sees them. Sam tells her friend Aris, a former Imperial soldier now living among the villagers. Aris talks to Cassius, who tells him to tell the farmers to harvest quickly, as we will reach the Velt in the next 5 days. Jimmy, the last member of a race of mechanical knights, sees the heroes walking. These fighters include General Titus, Nemesis, Tarok, Gunnar, and Mylius, and they all seem to have killed Admiral Noble in the previous battle. Hegan is delighted to hear this, and then Aris tells them that they will be here in 5 days to get the grain. Kora is shocked to hear this, and Titus says that of course Noble is dead, but they need the grain, and asks Hegan to call the villagers. General Titus tells the villagers to prepare for war, and they have to collect grain in 3 days so that we can fight them. For without the harvest, they will destroy us, and if we gather the harvest quickly, it will be our shield and weapon. Kora and Gunnar come close after the previous war and they kiss. Gunnar says Noble said you are the most wanted criminal in the known universe, and asks her why he said that. Kora explained when she returned from the war Belisarius asked her to kill the princess, and I had faith that Belisarius would protect me. He killed the king and the queen, and the princess forgave me, and I killed her. Belisarius put all the blame on me, and from there I killed his soldiers and came to the Velt. The next day, they all start to harvest the crop, and on the other hand, Admiral Noble is completely fine. A technician tells Cassius he is still not fine. Noble kills him and they unhook him. Admiral Noble wants to avenge his first defeat to Kora and tells Cassius, when I kill her and take her to the motherland, the king will be proud of me. On the other hand, they continue harvesting, and Cassius takes information from Aris and asks about the other soldiers. Aris tells them the other 2 soldiers are harvesting the villagers, and we will finish them all after you come. The Admiral realizes that his soldier is now with the villagers and confirms that the Scargiver is there. After the harvest, the villagers gather together for a night of feasting and community, all of which is witnessed by Jimmy from afar. A village woman gives gifts to all the warriors, including Gunnar and Kora. Then they all dance and have fun, and Titus sings a song that gets everyone in the mood for battle. They pick up all the grain and place it in front of their houses so that Admiral Noble doesn't attack them from above. They pick up weapons left behind by the Imperium, including heavy machine guns and bombs. They dig defensive positions to give them an element of surprise. Titus and Kora teach the villagers to use weapons, while Tarok and Nemesis teach them to use swords. According to Titus's plan, they build bunkers in the ground and plant detonators in them. They then bring Kora's derelict spaceship out of the mountains, with Jimmy watching their preparations. At night, all the warriors gather, and Titus asks them to tell each other their hardest time. Titus tells them that I surrendered when Motherland attacked our planet and they bombed my troops. Mylius came from a farming world and was too afraid to fight against the forces of the Motherworld. Due to this, the whole population was scattered in labor camps all over the universe. She was liberated by the resistance when Darian attacked the mines where she worked, and she became a rebel. Nemesis says I lost my daughter during the war and then cut her arms to get the cyborg implants and became a warrior like her ancestors. Tarok was a royal on his planet when the Motherworld killed his father, who went to them with a peace treaty. The Motherworld invaded his planet and Tarok lost his mother in the attack. He was smuggled off planet and hidden in a refugee transport, headed for the nearest bright star. He is determined not to let another world be destroyed by the Motherworld. Kora says that she is a war orphan. She was brought up by Belisarius and only found family when she arrived in Velt. Titus asks Kora to hide the ship and she goes to hide the ship into the mountain's cave. Titus sees the admiral's ship above and they quickly finish the work and Hegan rings the bell to send everyone to their position. The admiral sees that they have placed the grain in front of the houses and tells Cassius, "I will go down and talk to them and Cryptia will capture the villagers." Admiral Noble marches towards the village with his army including cannons. Their ships land in separate parts of the village, and Admiral Noble emerges from the ship to the surprise of Kora and Gunnar. The admiral shows Kora his scar and says, "This time I will beat you to the death of a dog and lay your head at the feet of King Belisarius." Kora tells him, "You take all the grain and I am ready to go with you, but you have to take pity on the villagers." Cryptia sneaks up to the lounge house to catch the kids and other people. Gunnar stabs Kora and shoots the bell. As the bell rings, a man from the bunker attacks the admiral's ship, causing an explosion. The villagers attack them while Kora and Gunnar move toward the ship. Noble jumps into the bunker and starts killing the villagers while one of the ships is about to fly. Den throws the detonator, causing it to destroy. Cryptia enters the longhouse where Nemesis fights the soldiers without mercy. Sam and Aris fire at the soldiers in the other room, while Noble comes out of the bunker and heads for his ship, which Den sees. Den attacks Noble, but he doesn't care and beats Den in seconds and throws him out of the ship. Kora and Gunnar fly their ship toward the Noble's ship and Kora asks Gunnar to start the smoke. Gunnar sets the smoke flare and seeing this, officer calls them inside for maintenance and medical extraction. Titus joins the battle and Tarok also jumps in with villagers while Nemesis' arms are cut off. Seeing that the army has more power, a man turns on the detonators inside the bunker and the explosion kills a lot of Noble's troops. On the ship, Gunnar and Kora pretend to be injured, while Cryptia stabs Nemesis. A boy runs and stabs, which gives her a chance to kill him. Nemesis dies and outside a furious war continues. Titus and Tarok think they have finished them and cheer. Suddenly another troop attacks them with cannons, while above Gunnar and Kora attack the soldiers. Kora takes the bombs from Gunnar and tells him to get on the ship so they can get out before the ship is destroyed. Kora moves to hide from soldiers and enters the engine room where she plants bombs on the engine. The second wave of the troops kills many villagers and Mylius destroys one cannon. Kora is seen by the soldier and she shoots him. He falls and the others are alerted. Kora fights and the officer informs the control room, which shocks Noble and Cassius. Noble orders Cassius to destroy the village because they only need Kora and then leave to face her. On the ground, Mylius, Tarok, and Titus support each other, and when they see the third group lose a bit of courage. Jimmy appears to fight the soldiers. He enters the cannon and throws a nuke into it, which explodes and kills many of them. Kora confronts Noble and Gunnar hears their conversation. While they are just about to destroy the village, they see the detonators. The explosion occurs, which causes the missiles to miss the village and the King's Gaze ship starts to destroy. Gunnar shoots Noble but injures himself. Kora and Noble fight at the falling ship. Noble is more powerful than Kora and while fighting Kowara loses courage, and Noble captures her. Noble tells him that "I will lay your head at the king's feet," and then Gunnar plunges the sword into Noble. Kora traps him in the elevator and decapitates Noble, after which they both board the exit ship. The ship is completely destroyed and falling down while the villagers witness the sight. Kora and Gunnar manage to come out and their ship malfunctions, which causes a crash landing. Gunnar is wounded badly and Kora asks him to hold his breath. Devra Bloodaxe, sister of Darian Bloodaxe and the leader of a band of insurgents opposing the Motherworld, and her rebel forces arrive in ships to destroy the remaining Motherworld troops, leading to victory. In the aftermath, the village mourns the dead, and Kora admits her past, which Titus reveals he already knew. He also reveals that Issa is secretly alive and in hiding, and the assembled group declares their intentions to find her and restore the royal lineage to the throne in order to depose Belisarius. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to watch more videos like this.